Hello students, the question is two soap bubbles of radius 2 centimeter and 4 centimeter respectively are in contact with each other. The radius of curvature of the common surface in centimeter is. So the problem is something like this, that there are two soap bubbles. Suppose this is soap bubble 1 and this is soap bubble 2. So this is 1 and this is 2. Now the soap bubble are having different radius. For example, the one is having soap bubble 1 is having the radius of 2 centimeters. Let us call it as R1, and the radius of the bigger bubble, suppose it is R2, which is equal to 4 centimeter. Now what happens that when a soap bubble gets formed, then there is an excess pressure. This excess pressure depends upon the surface tension. Suppose if we take bubble 1, for bubble 1 the pressure inside it, suppose P1, and the external pressure is P0. So the formula for the excess pressure is given by P1 minus P0 is equal to 4T upon R, R1. Here T is the surface tension, R1 is the radius of this particular bubble. Similarly, for second bubble, for example, which is also surrounded with the atmosphere, so let the atmospheric pressure is P0 and the inside pressure is P2. So the excess pressure P2 minus P0 is given by 4T upon R2. Now, when these two bubbles are in contact with each other, what happens that the smaller bubble will press the bigger bubble. If you look carefully, the relationship between the excess pressure and the radius, it is inversely proportional to the radius of the bubble. So, lower the radius, larger the excess pressure. So, it means that this smaller bubble will press the bigger bubble, and in this process, there is a change in the radius of curvature. So the radius of curvature looks something like this. Now we have to find out this excess pressure so that we can calculate the radius of curvature of the common surface. So now to calculate the radius of curvature of the common surface, first of all we write the individual relationships. As you can see that this is equation 1, P1 minus P0 equals to 4T upon R1, P2 minus P0 is equal to 4T upon R2 here, where the radius of this is R2. So the excess pressure between P1 and P2, between these two bubbles, which is P1 minus P2, is given by, from both equations we can write it down as 4T upon R1 plus P0, this is the value of P1, minus P2. P2 is 4T upon R2 minus P0. Now you can easily see that this P0 cancels with this P0. And this excess pressure between the bubbles, we can write it in terms of surface tension as 4T upon the common radius of curvature. So the common radius of curvature of this circle, here we use P1 minus P2 is equal to 4T upon R. Now solving it further, we can write this equation as 4T upon R1 minus 4T upon R2 is equal to 4T upon R. Or we can say that after taking 4T common, it cancels from both sides. It cancels from both the sides 4T, and we get the result as 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Now putting the respective values of R1 and R2. Now R1 here is 2, so 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon R2, which is 1 upon 4. Subtracting it, the LCM is 4. So we get this 2 minus 1, which is 1 upon 4. So in this way, the common radius of curvature R comes out to be, capital R comes out to be 4 centimeters. So this is the radius of curvature, 4 centimeters. तो यहाँ एक प्रॉब्लम पूछी गई है दो सो बबल्स की, कि अगर उन दोनों को कांटेक्ट में लाया जाए तो कॉमन सरफेस की जो रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर है वो क्या होगी. तो ये प्रॉब्लम बेस्ड है कंसेप्ट ऑफ एक्सेस प्रेशर. अगर हम इन्हें इंडिविजुअली कंसीडर करें तो पहले वाले बबल के लिए हम कह सकते हैं एक्सेस प्रेशर P1 माइनस P0 बराबर 4T अपॉन R1 होगा. यहाँ T जो है सरफेस टेंशन है, R1 पहले वाले यानी स्मॉलर सोप बबल की रेडियस है। दूसरे वाले सोप बबल के लिए इस तरह से हम एक्सेस प्रेशर लिख सकते हैं, P2 माइनस पी नॉट इज इक्वल टू 40/R2। जब इन दोनों को कांटेक्ट में लाया जाएगा तब जो स्मॉलर बबल है वो बिगर बबल को प्रेस करेगा, जिससे कि एक कॉमन रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर, एक कॉमन कर्वेचर फॉर्म होगा, जिसको हमने कहा कैपिटल आर। वही हमें फाइंड आउट करना है। तो एक तरह से हमें यहाँ पे एक्सेस प्रेशर की अगर हम बात करें बिटवीन द बबल्स तो वो होगा P1 माइनस P2। हमने यहाँ पे रेस्पेक्टिवली P1 और P2 की वैल्यू इक्वेशन 1 और इक्वेशन 2 से पुट की। यहाँ पे P0 से P0 कैंसिल आउट हुआ और इसको हमने बराबर रखा 40/R, क्योंकि P1 माइनस P2 जो एक्सेस प्रेशर है बिटवीन द बबल्स वो बराबर होगा 40 द कॉमन रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर। यहाँ से 40 को कॉमन लेके कैंसिल आउट किया हमने और यहाँ से फिर R की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करी जो निकल के आई 4 सेंटीमीटर। सो दिस इज द फाइनल आंसर। होप यू अंडरस्टैंड द एक्सप्लेनेशन। थैंक यू।